Hello, my name is Julyan. I'm the Chief Executive of the Court of Master Sommeliers. The Court of Master Sommeliers was established in 1977, but it's all based on the Master Sommelier Diploma, and the first Master Sommelier Diploma was in 1969, held at Vintners Hall in London, under the auspices of the Institute of Masters of Wine, the Hotel and Restaurant Association of Great Britain, the Wine and Spirit Association, the Tobacco Association, and they actually got together and put up an exam and examined people. They put it up as to encourage sommeliers to become professional, to study. The Masters of Wine, of course, were importers and distributors. They really needed somebody, some people to sell their products. And at that particular time in 1969, there wasn't very much information around, and people were not really in the culture of drinking wine at the table as we are now. So this was a great advance forward. And of course, as always, there are people there ready to take at this level, and they took the exam and passed. But within a few years, the Masters said to us, the Masters of Wine said, can you not run a course to prepare people for this? Because nobody's passing, and it's wasting, it really is a waste of time. We all come together and examine people, and at the end of the day, nobody passes. So we did. We put it together, an advanced course, and that worked okay, and we immediately realised that we needed an entry course to that. So the introductory course came into being. So people had to pass the introductory course, and that was the introductory sommelier course with an examination in theory and practice. And then they would go on to the advanced, which is like a mini master sommelier exam, but the pass mark is 60% on all three papers, whereas the master sommelier diploma exam is 75% on each of the three papers. Difference being is that with the advanced you have to pass all three parts in one go, whereas the Masters you can spread it over 3 years, like pass one part, another part, and then another part. After 3 years, you start again. So a number of people have gone through that, maybe 6th or 7th attempt, and passed. So it is an extremely difficult examination. The Court of Master Sommeliers was set in 1977, good year for port, you might remember. And we got 17 people who had passed the exam together, and we formed this association as it was then. We were asked by the Masters, as I said earlier, to set up an examination, a course to lead into the Masters, which we did, and we very soon were asked to take over the Master Sommelier Diploma as a whole. Well, we did for a couple of years continue to invite a couple of Masters of Wine in and a couple of people from the other organisations in, but within a few years we were running it completely on our own. So we were then running the introductory course, the advanced course and the Masters course. People were coming forward, certainly, but in those days it was a little bit of a struggle because people were not up for training quite the way they are now. Now it is normal practice for the staff to go on training programs, but back in those early days it really wasn't the norm. So we really had to go around and publicise ourselves and convince people they should go forward. What have we got now? We now have a good core of people who are very well qualified, who are ready to train others. All Master Sommeliers have to offer their services to people, upcoming candidates, to help them. One of our main objectives is to see that we help other people to become Master Sommeliers. Another major aim or objective that we have is to raise the status of the sommelier, and I believe to a great extent we've done that, as we have done with the standard of service. When we started, the standard of service was not that great because people are not trained towards it, and coming, not so far after the end of the wartime, it was new people coming into the industry. But now we have a large number of people all over the world. In America, of course, a very, very large operation. We took the exam out there in 1987, and since then it is just blown out of all proportion. So we have something like 120 sommeliers, master sommeliers out in the States. We have now taken the courses to China. We're running a number of courses in China this year, last year and the year before. Singapore, we've been run a course in Singapore, Hong Kong this year. We've taken the course to Argentina. We're taking the course to Germany. We have taken the course to Germany and Austria. And God willing, we're taking it to South Korea in September, but we have to wait and see what the political situation is going to be there. Earlier on, like 4 weeks ago, we ran a course in Sydney and another one in Melbourne, the two linked together, and we had just over 100 candidates split between the two courses. So it is a big, vast program worldwide, and we're continually being asked now by various countries to take our program to it. A unique thing about the Court of Master Sommeliers programs is that only Master Sommeliers can actually run the courses, teach on the courses and examine on the courses. And our examining is kept up to level by people. When they pass the exam, they wish to help and work on the programs, then they have to come along as an observer and work as an observer to see how we do things. And then when we're happy with that, they can move on to be lecturers and examiners. And that applies to all the levels. We now have 4 levels. We had 3, we now have 4. We have the introductory sommelier certificate. We have the certified sommelier certificate, which is something, you know, the industry can hang their hat on, and if they pass the certified sommelier, then they can serve wine in a restaurant. They're up to that level. The industry can rely on those people being capable of doing it. When they move up to the advanced, then those people are really almost up to the stage of middle management, where they can actually check all the wine lists, make sure everything is correct, help with the selection of the wines, and also start to train other members of staff. And then, of course, beyond that, the masters, well, that's like the Holy Grail. That's what everybody is setting out to achieve. And when they have got the Master Sommelier, then they are people who can buy, sell, train, instruct, help, assist, and of course serve the odd bottle of wine.